Good morning. Today, I'm going to be talking about graphing. I'm going to show you guys how to graph by plotting points or using the slope to graph an equation. So, here we have f of x equal to x minus 5, and they want us to graph this equation. Mind you, f of x can also mean y equal to x minus 5. So the first we're going to do is by plotting points. We're going to have a table with our x and y variables. So for the x, remember, you plug in any number. The higher number you go, the higher your number, the more your x value is, and the larger your graph is. So I tend to use smaller numbers for my graph. So for x values, you pick any numbers that you want. For me, I'm going to choose -1, 0, and 1. I like to deal with smaller numbers so I don't have to draw a graph that goes all the way to number 20. So we're going to plug in these numbers into this equation to get our points for the graph. So when our x is -1, f of x is -1, 2 minus 1 minus 5. So I plugged in my -1 for x. I just substituted it. So instead of x, I have my -1 in here. So that's going to equal 2 times -1 will give me -2. And then minus 5. -2 minus 5 will give -7. Because if you owe 2 and you borrow 5, you're still in the negative. So that's going to be a -7. So when x is 0, f of x is going to equal 2 times 0 minus 5, which would give us a -5. Or let's just say 2 times 0 gives us a 0 minus 5. 0 minus 5 gives us a -5. So here we're going to have a -5. So when x is 1, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to plug in 1 for our x into the equation. We get 2, 1 minus 5. 2 times 1 is 2 minus 5. You have $2 and then you're taking away 5 from it. Or you have 2 candies, you're taking 5. Anyways, you get a -3. So this is going to be the points we're plotting to get the graph for this equation. So here, the graph. And we're going to label it, this is our positive x-axis, and this is our y-axis. So this is the positive side of our x, 4, 5. And then this is the negative side, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Yeah, that's good. This is a positive y side. Oh, I meant 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the negative side. -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, and -7. So to plot our points, we have a -1, -7. So x is -1, and y is -7. This is where x is -1, and this is where our y is -7. So we just put our point where they meet themselves. So -1 goes all the way down here, and -7, this is where they meet. And that's going to be our first point. Our second point is 0 and negative 5. So this is the point of origin. This is where our x value is 0 and our y value is 0. So when x is 0, y is negative 5. It's going to be going down 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where our point is going to be, the second point. And then for the third point, we have x is 1, y is negative 3. So this is our point where x is 1, and this is where y is negative 3. You put your point here, and you just draw a straight line.